My name's Rob Barnes. I'm the creative lead at Grid Arendal in Norway. We're a non-profit environmental organisation set up by the Norwegian government specifically to support the United Nations Environment Programme. Before the Fantastic Our Oceans conference, I was working with the community in Vanga in the Shimoni region, along with our partners at Kenya Marine and Fisheries Research Institute, CAMFRI, where we, Grid Arendal, we were using our kind of transformative environmental storytelling approach, where we were looking at one of the processes that they have there in Vanga, and it's not a new process. We visited last year, and they have a poster hanging in their office where they were showing where all the money flows in the office, and this is a poster they're extremely proud of. But myself having the communications background, my kind of first question was like, well, how do illiterate people understand this poster? Or how do people that don't understand the intricacies of blue carbon markets understand this poster? Or how do people see this poster when they don't get access to your office, for instance? So these are some of the questions we started talking about. And fortunately, I've been, for the last few years, I've been working on a project called the Nimpa Plus project based in Namibia. It's the Namibian Island Marine Protected Area project, where we were using the same kind of same approach to work with the community to paint murals to better inform them and engage with them about the MPA and the benefits and what's going on. So I decided to try and use the lessons learned from that project and bring it over to here to Kenya. And we worked for the last few months remotely, backwards and forwards, on WhatsApp, working with community leaders, scientists, artists, and just community members to get their kind of feedback on a mural that we kind of started designing back in our office in Norway. So we started off with a kind of a basic design in Norway, and then we sent it out for review. And and this evolved over time. So especially we wanted to give them 100% ownership of the mural. We didn't want to just come in and paint a mural and then leave, because that happens a lot. You see that a lot here, and it's a great, murals are a fantastic way to communicate about these issues. But my process is more about the participatory method and working with the community, so they are 100% engaged and they take 100% ownership of the project. And also what we've learned through the Namibia Nimpa Plus project is that it's sustainable. So we've travelled back now 3 years later in Namibia, and the murals are still there, looking perfect. There's no graffiti on them. They're well looked after, and because they have ownership of it and they're very proud of it. And so working with the community here in Vanga, they had incredible ownership, proudness of the mural that was going on. And one story is like we started painting a fisherman on the wall, throwing his net out, and then one of his old fishermen came over and said, no, that's all wrong, that's all wrong. And I was like, well, what's going on? No, that's all wrong. So he took the paintbrush from the artist that was there and said, I'm going to do it, and started painting on the wall how he wanted it, and which is fantastic. So, and now it's there, he painted it, and he owns that, and it's 100% perfect how it should be. And so this mural now is a celebration, because it shows the money that flows through from the sale of carbon credits to the community benefits, and it's completely 100% transparent, so all the community can see where the money goes. But like I said, it's a celebration, because obviously those numbers change, and every year when they sell new credits, then there's going to be new numbers on the wall. So now they have the ability to have a party every year where they're going to celebrate and look at those numbers and talk to people, and again it starts the conversation again. I've been coming to Gazi and the Vanga region for like the last 7 years, and this is not the first time I've actually stayed in the community and lived there and slept there. And I think being with them, it's a fantastic experience, and it feels it feels safe, it's calm. You can walk around at night, and all the kids say Jumbo, hello, how are you, Mzungu, and it's fun, and they're engaging. And like on the first day we were there, the kids were kind of far away, kind of giggling to themselves, not knowing what's going on. And by the end of the week, we had them there painting on the wall, and they were adding in, and the Camfrey team were fantastic, and they were actually teaching the kids, saying, what colour is this? What colour is this? And they were like having a language lesson, and they were saying it in English and Swahili, and it was a fantastic kind of experience. You have to give the community a voice, I think, because we only know so much, and like for instance, one of the drawings we had was a lady planting a mangrove for the conservation of the mangroves, and this kind of went through all the scientists, even here in Kenya, and everyone's, yep, great, this looks great, and even the local artist said, yeah, that looks fantastic. And then we actually got to the community, and they were like, hang on a minute, she's not wearing a headdress. If that's supposed to be me, you've got to have, the headdress on. And we're like, and we just didn't even see it. Didn't look at it, those things. So looking at things through a different lens, and looking at things through a kind of community members lens is really, really helpful. And it's kind of, it's fantastic how much ownership they took of that. And now, tourists will come and they'll take photos, and then hopefully the word will spread. And now the second village there in Gazi Bay, I spoke to him the other day when we went down with the delegation from Norway and Indonesia. And the first thing he said to me is, okay, when are you coming to do our mural? We want one as well. And I was like, well, I'm involved in a project that's, paying for it as part of the Vanga region. But so we will get there, and I think, and also this has been a fantastic project, bringing in technology as well. We, the first year we ran the project in Namibia, we used the classic kind of artistic method to get a drawing to the wall, where you have a grid system from the paper, and you put it on the wall, and you copy it from paper to wall. And then it takes such a long time. And we were there for a long time, and lots of late evenings and long days. So the second time we went, we were like, okay, we need to reduce our time. We need to try and speed things up. So the local team there took all the measurements for the walls, and we had stencils made. We sent off, like from Norway. We had really hard plastic stencils that could be reused over and over again. And then we thought, we can get there and we can spray on the walls much faster. And then when we got there, they'd measured the wrong wall, and things had changed, and so we had to cut the stencils, and it didn't quite work. So we're like, okay, how can we do this differently? So, and I've been seeing on social media a lot of these kind of mural artists and how they're working now using augmented reality and VR goggles. So we thought, hey, let's give that a go. So this time now in Vanga, we use a headset, VR goggles. And the artist there, the local artist, he lives there, he works there, he does art, he does a lot of their kind of paintings on the wall locally anyway. He absolutely loved it. He was like, okay, we need to get a pair of these, because you put them on, and then you're able just to sketch on the wall, and you can get the text perfectly level, and you can get everything spaced out and everything perfect. So it really helped speed things up, and it became kind of a fun thing that everyone wanted to have a go with the goggles and try them on, and so it was a cool experience. Once I take home, my experiences, my knowledge, the one-on-one experience I had working with the artist in Vanga has been really inspiring, and I think I'll take what he's taught me forward in working in projects. I'm going back to Namibia now in August. So I will be using the things that we've learned here at that next project. So I'm looking forward to doing further work here.